Beautiful ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Tea and Tea. Today we are going to discuss reincarnation. Topic shock Unabi, shocked me too because it's a topic that we've talked about, we've heard, we've lived, we've listened, we've heard our parents talk about, and we keep having one question or another: reincarnation. What is reincarnation all about? But before we talk about reincarnation, let me introduce my brother seated at the right hand of the Almighty, Always Emmanuel. It is his first time showing in this podcast, and beside him is the princess of tea and tea. See how she dey shake her head. Make your wig no fall o. Next to her is my brother. You all are also aware. You are used to his face. Hope you are not tired of his face already.
Don't get tired though.
Pablo, Marcel.
Don't get tired.
Reincarnation. Honestly, why I'm seated here is because I have more questions than answers when it comes to reincarnation. Reincarnation. What do you people know about reincarnation? Let me start from you.
Okay. Reincarnation. Reincarnation is a belief, or I can say it's a tradition of rebirth into a new body. You know, someone that is dead, a rebirth into a new body.
So excuse me. So when you say rebirth into a new body, you mean two different bodies, one soul.
Yeah, that's just like the belief that after death, a person's soul or consciousness is reborn into a
Exactly.
different person.
So what moves from this person to this person is not the body, but the soul.
So yeah, consciousness.
So when you talk about reincarnation, actually, one person can reincarnate multiple persons. You might ask how. I'll just give you some kind of illustration. You can take a corn, a seed of a corn. When you plant it, it germinates into more than one, right? That's how it's been done. So, for example, let me just give you, for example, like I come in a family that have such belief, actually. You know, when all my siblings out of the six, we all know who incarnated us or who came out for us or something like that, actually. But then again, some people ask how, some might ask, how do you know?
How do you know?
How do you actually know?
Very
The
important.
ancient tradition. You know, one thing about we Africans, it's not just Africa that have this belief. Oh. Some part of the Asians also have this belief, actually. The Bundi, they also have this belief, actually. This reincarnation, the Buddhists, right?
Yes.
Okay. Beside the Buddhists too. So this reincarnation of a thing, how do you know per se? In the olden days, you know some persons call them the Ifa, you can call them the Dibias of the ancient time. When someone they give birth to somebody, they say, who came out from this person? It must be from the person's lineage, either from the paternal side or from the maternal side. It must be from the person's lineage, either late uncle, and for crying out loud, someone that's already dead.
Okay, so the person must be dead.
Yes, must. You can't.
I want to say something because if we should have asked first if we all believe
sorry,
in
sorry,
reincarnation,
sorry.
because
Sorry.
I strongly feel like I don't know. It's not like I'm not speaking from perspective of faith or belief, like religious belief, but I'm being personal right here. See, I feel like it's superstitious because you know the occurrence of coincidence. You know this thing they say. For instance, he showed me one of our friends who had like a bite or something, and he said this is the forefather's bite, and they just gave birth to him, and he came with that bite. This can be a coincidence. This is why there is gene and there is lineage.
So what
Does
I say
not
in
mean that
essence,
he reincarnated of the person.
so what I say in essence, do you believe in reincarnation
I'm
or
trying
you
to
don't believe
say
in reincarnation?
till tomorrow. I can't say fully I don't believe or I believe, but it's something that confuses me, and I feel like
Alright.
There's
I
difference
feel like
between understanding reincarnation and then just you can understand reincarnation but you don't believe it. You can understand it but you don't believe it.
So
You can have the knowledge of it but you don't believe
I
it.
have the knowledge
Because
of it,
actually,
but
the
I've not found
there's no
myself.
concrete evidence.
No,
There's no concrete evidence about reincarnation.
No, there is.
There's concrete evidence.
There
But
is.
to you now, you will not believe about his own concrete evidence.
I know. See,
Like, so
talking,
now, this is an ancient belief. This is an ancient traditional belief.
we are talking
So now,
about
not everybody has
religion.
this.
That's this. You Hinduism and Buddhism or something, there's something they call samsara. They believe like fully, like they have the strong belief of this rebirth and it's part of
God
their
bless you.
tradition, it's part of. But when it comes to us here, it's like something that is not
Now,
a high expectation. It's just a coincidence. If it happens to you, it happens
it's
to
not a
you.
coincidence.
No,
What I'm trying to
they have different kinds
can
of
I explain what I
reincarnation.
mean? Can I explain what I mean? What I mean is, for instance, they can give birth to you, and there's as I'm speaking, my dad calls me name, and that name means that I am the mother. So he says I am so bold. The way I attack my elder brother, I act like I'm the most eldest in the house. And that's how wise the mother was. So some traits that he found in me made him conclude that okay, this is my mother. I see that's the incarnation because that might just be a coincidence that I am born and I'm this way. And remember that this is the same blood, so it is possible that I am reacting the way that my grandmother used to react. Does not mean that I am my grandmother who is reincarnated and who was
Do you have a
born.
younger sister?
Do I have?
A younger sister.
No, I have an elder
I
brother.
wait.
I
So
don't
you,
have any.
okay, you
younger
don't have
brothers,
any.
yes.
Okay, your brothers, are they as bold as you are?
They are not as good.
If it is the same gene, why are they not as bold as you?
Exactly what I'm trying to say.
Can I-
Exactly what I'm trying to say. If it's the same gene, why are they not as good as I am? That is the same thing when, for instance, you give birth. Sometimes your child might look like your wife, and they'll say, "Ah, this woman cheated you. Why is he also looking like you?"
No, that one is
No,
different.
can I answer?
Okay, sorry.
You know, you just ask the question, you don't believe, and you express a very long distance.
Yeah.
Someone said, I'm a science student actually. There's what we call hypothesis before we get a result of a something.
Yeah.
This is a belief that has gone generations. They are experimental something. There have been a hypothesis and there have been a final result of it. And unfortunately enough, there are some of them have led to death. Yes, I repeat it, some of them have led to death.
How?
So
how?
then that's what I want to do.
Break down
Yes,
to
I-
us how reincarnation leads to.
Yes, I want to give you this example. You know, tradition doesn't mind whether you believe it or not. Do you understand? It doesn't mind whether we have an origin for crying out loud. There is where we are coming from. We are Africans. You talk about the what's that? This thing, the Semitic, their belief. Yeah, this is their belief. Now, let me tell you an example, just like where I'm coming from. Now, one person, I gave you an example with a corn that germinates multiple seeds. One person can actually reincarnate multiple persons. Okay, let me give you for example. Like my younger brother, my immediate younger brother is actually my grandpa. Just like where your father is calling your name. I was saying something before I deviate from it. Before you cut me there. I was like, how do we find out actually? First of all, know how you find out before you know the benefits and what harm it might cause. Now, how we find out this? For example, the ancient time, they go to maybe a herbalist, depends on what you guys called it over there. They go there, they ask question. So person, who reincarnates so person? They might be like, they will check. This person, so person, maybe now the grandfather or the uncle, now he reincarnates this person. First, there was them. Some persons, it comes to them fully to their dream. Before maybe a date to the birth of the person, maybe by the mother or by the father or by close relation. I am coming out. It comes. Do you understand? So these are the ways. Some other ways I might not say now. You might give your own in the comment section.
So you people now that found out that your younger brother is your grandfather.
Yes.
This is what your
Do
younger
you-
brother is.
do you-
But you would have found out that your younger brother is your grandfather. How did you?
Exactly. That's where I come from. It's not my duty to find out. Yeah. My parents has their way. They actually didn't go for a native doctor, but I heard that when they gave birth to their elder ones, my grandma then went and asked the question. They gave them. See, you don't need to give it home. I'm going to somewhere that might shock you. Now, during our own time, my father has this belief of his own. I don't know how he got it. Sometimes an Igbo saying will say, you don't you can't ask your own history. They will ask it for you. Do you get? Now, for example, now there's an ancient belief we all ancients say that if you misquote where you came from, you fall so ill about it until you go and ask the right questions about it. If you misquote it, now they gave one typical deep example, and I'm going to give you an illustration of it. illustration of where I told you someone can get to a multiple reincarnation, right? Now, eventually, one part of the person dies. The other individual won't attend the burial. You won't contribute to the burial. You won't attend the burial till they bury that person.
Okay, wait, let me ask you because I just want to be sure what you are saying is what I'm understanding. So, if for instance, now I'm the reincarnation of somebody and he's the reincarnation of the same person,
Same person, yeah.
and another person is the reincarnation of the same person,
Yes.
if this same person, if this
Die.
person dies, we cannot.
Attend the burial at all. Now, let me give you an example of it. You might believe in this one. Twin. If twin dies, the other twin won't see the dead body of his twin. You won't see the dead body. You won't be there till the burial is over.
Yeah.
You won't even contribute in any way.
I want to say something. I want to really say something. I'm not trying to like fight a battle against you, but let me just say something very clear. You see, even the life we are living, we don't even know, like, we don't know how we wake up, we don't know how we sleep and wake up. So I believe that if I decide that this bottle of water, if I tell this bottle of water, you see, as I'm going, I want somebody to dash me 100 naira, and I believe strongly in this, do you know it will start coming to pass? That is coming to pass does not mean that this is what should be. So I feel like what is dealing with our mentality is that we come into the world, even your parents that are going and asking questions, they can't tell you the origin of this. So you enter into a generation and you hear something, once you buy it, it starts working for you.
I think the problem
Because I also want to ask, do you believe in heaven and going to heaven and hell? Do you believe? Please let me know.
I'm a Christian, of course. I believe. I do believe.
So how do you explain the fact that somebody dies and you are able to come out again as that same person? So does it mean that what they say about the soul either moving, because definitely your body decays, so the soul travels to either heaven, hell, or maybe for people that are Catholics or believe in the doctrine, purgatory. So what happens to that particular doctrine?
let me ask you this question. You know, like I said, I have more question than answer. And this question now you asked is actually question I also asked, you know, and there is this reply I got. There's this reply I got. They said, how do you explain the reincarnation of Elijah by John the Baptist? Because I heard that when Elijah was going, in the Bible, when Elijah was going, he said, I am coming back. And then he came back in the form of John the Baptist. I don't know. Do you actually think that is reincarnation or not?
Now, she will not answer you
Different
though.
types of reincarnation.
You know it.
You know now, when they're talking about reincarnation, there are different types. Now there's this other what they call it. I think they say it's linear reincarnation.
Yeah, linear like incarnation.
People have gone for such research and they have come out with different.
Yes, they even have the parallel.
Now this linear reincarnation is the one that whenever the person comes, the soul transfers. The soul is reborn into another body. It comes back with the consciousness of whatever happened. So sometimes, based on as a kid, you might not know everything, but as you grow up, gradually the consciousness and everything that happened in your past life, you begin to relive that same pattern again. Sometimes you might not understand it, and it can lead to different kinds of things. That is where we have all this cultural stuff that a lot of people does not understand. You come to a family and you find out that this family, they just have this straight way of everybody just dies.
Yes.
What is that? They don't understand.
Yes.
They didn't go to find out what is actually going on.
It is very, very important to ask questions.
Ask questions.
I think
The Igbo people call it Ijuese.
Ijuese. This thing that you said now made me remember there was this conversation I was having with my dad one certain time about what to do in life. And then when we were discussing it, there was this particular thing he mentioned and said, don't do this thing. No matter whatever you're trying to do, don't do this particular thing. Your uncles went and they did not come back. You mentioned some of people in my lineage that went to do those particular things. They might not be bad. The particular thing you mentioned were not even bad. They were legal actually. But it just turns out that people in our lineage don't come out of doing that particular thing. So I think with this particular thing you just said, it shows that actually there's actually small truth in what people are saying. But convince me, reincarnation.
You know, the fact that reincarnation has been existing even before we are born tells you that it doesn't actually tend for you to either believe it or not. Some persons will tell you that what I believe, what I don't know, don't kill me. Actually, but I've seen in a scenario it happens. Some person might have an old man once told me, he said, if you really truly want to know well about reincarnation, let me tell you what that old man told me. He said, if you really want to know about reincarnation, if you have mind, when someone immediately die, yeah, just give a cut from part of his body or drop something that might stain his body. Bury the person if you have the mind though. But when the person, or maybe when the person that he regrets your occurrence, maybe by conscious or anywhere, the regret of the person, you will see that same mark in it.
This man. I mentioned it earlier.
Hey.
There is our friend. Like it's not coincidence.
It is not coincidence.
Like the mark is exactly the same
Exact
thing,
spot,
the
yeah.
same spot, the
Yes.
same
So
look.
I want to
everything.
explain something.
How do you call
I
it
want
a
to
gene?
explain something.
This
Yeah.
person.
Let's say that person's name is Mr. Linus and promises his rebate. Are you trying to say that this is Mr. Linus in promises body?
I think that's what.
Now let me tell you.
That is possible.
Wait.
And will not be with that, and he might not come out with the consciousness of.
Wait, you said your father used to call you what? Nem.
Nem.
Abi, one
I just
year.
said it in Igbo, so I wrote
Yes,
it down.
he used to call you Nem. Nem means my mother.
Yes.
Don't go and do a mistake of maybe you already know whether you like it or not. Someone that has that same that you reincarnated something with that is in Negi, that is in your mother, your grandmother. Wait, I want to get somewhere. I'm just giving you an intro. I'm just giving you to be conscious about it. Don't go.
The intro.
Yes, don't.
About the
No, so I'm giving you the intro. Don't go and, for example, someone that have same status quo dies and could send them.
I want to say something now, and I want to be very honest. I don't know if my parents watch this podcast, but they are going to freak out. Now, something happened when my dad lost his parents at a very tender age, at the age of 12. So he was taking care of his other younger siblings and everything. So when he had money to do, there was something Igbo called Ikwa also. That if you didn't bury your parents, so later when you kill the cow and everything, they called us, they dressed us, they packed our bags because according to them, my elder brother is my grandfather, me and my grandmother.
So they actually have the belief.
Hold on. So and they said that we have to leave the house. They were to take us. Yeah, I'm coming somewhere. They were to take us to our relative's house, okay? And this is because we don't have to eat from the food, the meat, even to the extent that after the whole thing, my mom disposed the pot because she was so scared of losing us. Guess what? When we came back after the whole location, we came back later at night. It was not like I wouldn't say I was conscious or I was trying to be wise or anything, but I stole the meat. I swear, I stole the meat and I ate it.
Do you know whether that's why your life is like
No,
this?
it's my life.
Do you know whether that is why your life is like this?
Now this thing you
It's my
said
life.
now.
No. The belief is that something will happen. And before then, let me also give another illustration. An uncle, a very far distant uncle, he went for the same thing. He has not done for his father, so he attended the one that another person is doing for the father. And I don't know what happened to him, whether he fainted, like things started happening. This one, genuinely, they had to call these TPR people that will rob him to do all this stuff.
Genuinely.
Yes, so they had to call to come and revive him. Do you know what I'm trying to say? I think he believed that, okay, if this thing happens, this is what will happen.
So you think it's a matter of belief?
I think it's a matter.
Now look at the
But
look at the point.
do you know that thing? You might think that there's no repercussion to what happened there.
Who told you this story? See,
You might think that there's no
No.
It's possible that why you didn't feel nothing was possible that the whole thing now, the whole process has ended. It's possible that the whole process has ended. How sure were you that meat you ate was from the cow that was delivered there?
No, there was no that.
There's no, you're not sure.
I'm sure there was
You're not sure
that
you're not sure that
I'm
is
not
exactly.
that's not my
No. Let me give you a clear example of
Alright.
what she's trying to say now. What she's actually trying to say is that in Igbo belief, if your grandfather, when they bury your grandfather, they didn't kill cow.
Yeah, I know that one.
No, I want to get to somewhere now. I actually want to get to some. You believe in that one, right?
No, it happens.
Yeah, okay.
Whether you believe
Believe
it or
it.
you don't believe it, you
That's-
have to do it.
That is the reality.
You
It
have to do it. Whether you
doesn't
believe it or
mind
not,
whether you believe
have
it or not.
You have to do it.
Now, if your grandfather, when your grandfather died, maybe your parents then don't have money to kill cow for him, and eventually your father dies, he must first of all kill for that your grandfather
Grandfather before you kill for
before you kill for your father.
Even going fast, before your if for instance before your I think there was I don't know if there was this person that came to my father's house. I think that was like last 2 years. He told my father that he was inviting him, that he wants to kill cow for his father. I think he wanted to do something. I think he wanted to do something for his there was something he wanted to do, and that thing that he wanted to do will result to him killing cow.
Okay.
You get that will result to him killing cow. Now the homeowner told him that before you kill any cow in this house, you have to kill for your father that is there.
Now I understand that part. Let's talk about.
But I don't think I'm coming.
Okay.
I don't think that killing cow for your father, for your grandfather, is equivalent to burying your grandfather. I don't think so.
I can't tell, but I want to say something. Now, this illustration you gave now is a perfect timing for what I want to say. There are some people that we have Catholic, we have chosen, we have all those other ones. They don't do these things. And when they come to the community, the highest thing the community will say, oh, you have to kill cow for your father. If you don't do it, we are not coming for this burial. And maybe they choose close relatives to just come, or we just want to do this thing, just come and be around us. And those that can come will come. Nothing happens to them. Because it is their belief. Their church is even against it. And nothing happens.
Let me tell you. No, let me tell you.
There's a
Wait.
difference between being against something and then
Let me
not
tell you.
preaching about it.
Let me
The
tell
Catholic
you.
faith will not preach about it. Does not mean they will.
Let me
ask
tell you
not to
something.
preach.
Let me tell you something, my dear. This is. It annoys me that you're saying this, because we are throwing away our ideology. We are throwing away our culture, our origin.
Yes.
What makes
Because
us
before
us?
Christianity, there's culture.
Now, you believe in white wedding, right?
I don't believe in white wedding.
I actually don't believe in
You
white
can't force
wedding
me.
because
I
white
don't
wedding
believe in
white
white
wedding is
wedding.
the tradition of
Wait,
the
I
okay.
don't believe
You don't
in
believe in
white
white wedding, right? Now, thank you. God bless you. Don't believe in white wedding. Because of
Or you
what?
believe in church.
Why don't you believe in white wedding?
But you're a
Because I'm big on just blessing my marriage, doing my traditional rites and going my way.
God bless you. Exactly. You observe your tradition.
Christian. The
This
first thing you put first
is your tradition. You observe your tradition. I'm not saying that everybody needs to be on that.
I don't think it's
Do you understand? Now, just as the example we are giving about killing a cow, if your father dies, don't kill a cow for your father, and maybe you marry the wife, tomorrow you have money, and you go, I've seen it where it happens. This is not a movie or illustration or this thing. The man didn't kill cow for his father. In father-in-law died, he went to kill cow for his father-in-law. This gunshot, this powder,
banana.
the thing instantly killed the man. Now, see where I tell you that the tradition doesn't mind whether you do it or you don't do it.
whether you believe it or
You
not.
you talked about the Bible. Do you this Jesus Christ death, dying and resurrecting after the body? Do you see it as reincarnation or just pure resurrection? I'm asking you that is big on this reincarnation thing.
You say
Do you
what?
see Christ's resurrection as reincarnation or just
No,
pure
Reincarnation of what?
The incarnation of what?
I'm
Christ's
asking you.
resurrection.
It was
No,
the same body
it's
that
the same body
resurrected.
now.
That's
It's
the
the
same
same body that
Yes,
resurrected.
this is exactly what I'm
Look at
talking
what he
about.
was asking. I thought you were supposed to ask Elijah.
Elijah.
No,
No, I
John
mentioned
the
Elijah.
Baptist.
I don't ask. I said
Okay.
Elijah.
Elijah,
John the
John
Baptist came.
But
John
Jesus
the
Christ
Baptist
was
Jesus Christ, there was no other birth. There was no rebirth.
Let me
It
ask
was
you.
the same body.
You talking about
It's a
mystery.
3-year-old
You,
man.
you're trying to tell about mystery and the rest of it. Can you tell us the origin of Melchizedek? Bible. Hey,
Do
you know the origin of this thing?
no, I'm not. No, exactly. That's my point.
He's trying to
Exactly.
give you the origin. You are
No, he
I'm
can't give
asking-
me the origin because he doesn't have it. Even his parents does not have it.
I don't have the origin
You
of
don't. You
Melchizedek.
can't have the origin.
Actually, look at what I'm trying to get to.
If you're well researched.
No,
It's not about research. That research, somebody
It's not in
put
the
it
Bible.
Yes, and that person has not
If
done
you
it.
can't get the origin of John the Baptist, so why you think about this reincarnation? You're thinking about the origin. I say John the Baptist, Melchizedek.
Melchizedek.
Then why are you going about this belief of reincarnation?
So please talk about Melchizedek. I need to know.
No, Melchizedek. Bible has it that Melchizedek. No one knows how he came in.
out.
They don't born him.
Nobody knows in Bible. There is no trace of him coming.
So
Nobody.
But he came out of creation.
it does not mean that he was not.
I'm not-
Just like nobody knows the story of how Mary died. It does not mean that something did not happen.
Exactly.
Something happened.
Do you understand?
No, that's what
The
I'm trying to say.
writers of this Bible they were not able to capture every details of what happened during the peace.
Let us not deviate from everything.
Now you carry.
No.
That's
I
why
wanted to
you
make
said-
him know. I wanted to make her know that
That there are some
there
things
are
that
some
happen
things that happen.
and you have no.
You have no idea of it. That's what I'm just throwing that into her. what I'm talking about this reincarnation is reincarnation give us a very good culture. What I'm actually trying to people to know that reincarnation is an avenue to change your past life. What I mean is that comes in a scenario maybe in an avenue. Just imagine that you reincarnate or someone that reincarnates you is someone that doesn't have money. Do you understand? Or someone that has one bad part of his life. Do you get? Now, it's an avenue for you to come back and change that particular part of your life. You someone that reincarnates you, someone that reincarnates you does have money does not mean that you're not going to have money. Someone that reincarnates you have money a lot doesn't mean, or someone that reincarnates you doesn't have money doesn't mean when you come you're going to be poor. It's we all have a choice actually. You know, when you talked about linear reincarnation,
Yeah.
and linear reincarnation goes to whereby a whole person gets one person and you have that's what we call parallel reincarnation. I feel like a philosopher right now, you know that. I honestly feel like a philosopher. Parallel reincarnation, just like that example I gave to you, someone that can reincarnate multiple persons. So reincarnating doesn't mean that we are not actually going to have our own life to live. We definitely have our own life to live, have our own definitions to get. Don't forget that person that reincarnates you once had person that reincarnates the person.
So it's like
So now,
it's like
I-
It's a cycle.
Are you trying to say that that reincarnation now is from the original source? Or
Yes.
it's from this direct person now that just
No,
came
it's
down?
come from the
From
original
the
source.
original source.
Let's assume that, like, I reincarnate. I'm just giving an example of myself. I reincarnate my grandpa. One day, I reincarnate another person. It's a recycle of being. It's supposed to give us text of our origin. Do you understand? It's also
That's
give us
the
text of our
Are
origin.
you trying to say, even if we are to say, okay, yes, there is reincarnation, you want to tell me that in every family there's somebody that is a rebirth of somebody?
It's not a
Or
must that
it
should be in every
happens
family.
maybe- Exactly. I want to understand because
They,
he's trying to
they
say,
believe that we have in our traditions as an Igbo, when you talk about this reincarnation, that everybody has where it's coming from. Every single being has where they are coming from. Now let me give you an example. This is a story, a true life story. A Catholic priest, for crying out loud. It's happened. I don't forget either. I forget either on the charges or them precise, but they acted movie with it. Bet Edochie acted. They once acted movie similar to that. I
Sorry
don't
for
know.
the dancing.
Yeah, I don't know
We're gonna
whether
dance.
something it comes with a reincarnation something. I don't know whether you don't see that movie kind of a movie. One reverend father like that. Some that the person that reincarnated him is a very powerful native doctor. A very powerful one. So he actually possessed that character. He possessed that this thing. But he has to bring it to a church way, a Christianity way. Do you get? He brought it to a Christianity way where he has to perform it on true church. Then in that movie, it's a real life story. It's just like it's a kind of a documentary per se. So when you get to a point, the man has to visit an old woman actually, an old woman that know the soul reincarnator of that reverend father. He called that man the name of that reincarnator, and he answered. You know, some persons might bring this concept of deja vu.
Yes.
we are already being.
Yes.
When I was saying, be like say it don't happen before.
But deja vu, I thought because let's see if I don't understand English anymore. I thought deja vu is something that you know you are actually experiencing that seems similar to what you've experienced before. Not your soul experiencing something new, but you are actually being like,
Have you experienced deja vu before?
yeah, I have. Like
So deja vu might come. The experiences maybe in your present life and your past life.
because
Yes.
sometimes the deja vu I'm having is the one that is happening
Your
in,
present life.
in my workplace, and I know that I've been in this situation before.
Yes,
And
it's
I know that my
also
papa and mama never come for that
God
court
bless you.
before, so like
Yes.
What's that actually?
It might not be that it happened at that time. It might be that okay, this similar thing happened to the person you reincarnated
Yes.
from. So
the
now
person I reincarnated, wetin carry am come for that court?
there's something. No, it might not be. Do you think that must it be that you reincarnated from anybody on your lineage? Now there's something that there's something you were saying now. You were talking about reincarnating and I forgot what you were. There's this point you were trying to make.
To mend
But
your past.
yes, to mend your past. Thank you
Yes,
very
yes.
much. But yes, I believe that this reincarnation process is you coming back to amend something or to finish up something you were doing, like something that you were not able to finish up, or to mend something you could not mend previously. Which is possible that this Catholic belief of purgatory could be that this reincarnation, that reborn of soul could be that you reborn. Now that whole process of purgatory, now you're coming back to see if you can do better and then maybe make heaven. What do you think?
I actually don't know what to say about it because this is Catholic belief. I actually don't know
Yeah,
what to
it's
say
their
about it.
doctrine.
It's our own doctrine, does not mean.
But you know that traditionally there's that belief that if you've been cursed, maybe you did something bad in the community and you died in the process of but you died in that
That's
process.
the
Now you've not yet served your karma, your process. You will be reborn to serve that purpose. You must go through your
No,
punishment.
I
This has happened in my
Wait,
community.
wait.
That's
Wait, I think I need to.
This has happened in my community.
When
When
we-
the guy was about to die, he went to kill himself. So the mark, that rope he used to tie himself while he
Came back
died,
when they gave birth
when they gave birth to him, he came back with that same rope mark. Now you know when I say rope mark, I mean you know the mark of a rope on your neck.
yes.
That's
yes.
that
Tiny,
sign of that rope on your neck.
uh,
Now this baby was reborn with that mark.
to serve his sentence.
He did, and when he was born, he as a baby nothing was happening to him. But when he became a teenager, now he started suffering what he was supposed to suffer.
Oh boy.
He had their family lineage don't have any. He had everything he needed, but he had to steal so that he would serve the punishment.
Now,
That karma,
I want
the
to.
karma
I actually
followed
want to.
him.
I actually contradict this.
I think if we continue talking about reincarnation, we will not stop today.
No, reincarnation don't have like you cannot
We will not
cannot
stop
finish it.
today because
It's deep, man.
it's too deep. It's too deep. So I want to put it to you, our listeners and our viewers. Do you believe in reincarnation? If you don't believe in reincarnation, I think it is very, very important for you to go and ask questions. Ask your mother, ask your father, ask your grandparents. For those who are lucky to still have grandparents, ask your village people, ask anybody. Just ask questions. It's very, very important.
The Jews.
Ask the people in your village, who do I ask? It is very, very important. Thank you very, very much for being with us today. Thank you very, very much to all of you here. I really, really appreciate all your inputs today, and God bless you. See you next episode.
Thank you for watching.